Hi, my name is Alex Landenburg and I'm here today to present the TrigIt drum triggers. Now there's many possible ways to use a trigger on an acoustic drum, for example in a live situation, practicing, teaching, even recording. But before we get into detail, I would like to take a minute to talk about the triggers themselves. They have a sturdy metal casing, so in case you have an accidental hit, nothing's going to happen. The actual piezo pickup is very protected in it. They look very elegant and discreet, and the beautiful satin chrome finish also reduces glare effects on stage. What's more, they feature a standard 1/4 inch jack, so no need for a special XLR cable. And anybody who had to try to replace an XLR 10 minutes before showtime, they will know what I'm talking about. Another great feature is that they have a second piezo, a built-in piezo to trigger the rim. So you can trigger both channels separately, the head and the rim of the drum. So in case you're wondering, what's the use of having acoustic drum triggers, especially if you have a great sounding acoustic drum? Well, there's a couple of reasons to do it. Obviously, if you're playing, let's say, contemporary pop music, you might actually have the need to have very different sounds than an ordinary snare drum or an ordinary bass drum. So you kind of have to replace these sounds with samples. But even if you're playing rock or metal, you might want to have sounds that have a little more emphasis, a little more punch and kick than what's available to you with the acoustic drum. So you can color your sound, you can support your sound a little bit. Another reason is the possibility of triggering an extra sound on the rim. It opens up a whole new world to you. You might want to have a cowbell or a tambourine in one part of the song. So you can actually trigger that sound from your acoustic drum. It's absolutely incredible. To me personally, I'm mostly using triggers live when playing with metal bands such as Rhapsody to emphasize the kick drum a little bit, because especially if you're playing a lot of fast 16th notes and you have a wall of guitars, the acoustic bass drum tends to get lost in the mix. So this sample that I'm using has so much attack, so much punch that it cuts through any sound and makes everybody happy, especially the front of house guy we're working with. So to wrap it up for today, the reason why I'm using specifically those TrigIt drum triggers, well, first of all, I'm anyways using the TrigIt 5 module by 2BOX, and the two, they just work perfectly together. The TrigIt triggers, they're very sensitive, they're very dynamic, they pick up any dynamic playing situation. It's a very natural experience to play with them, unlike any other triggers I've tried in my life. And they work especially fine with the TrigIt 5, but they will work with any other module as well. It might just need a little more adjustments on your side. But with the TrigIt 5, they pretty much work right off the box, especially with the toms and the kicks. Snare, you always have to do a little more, but we'll talk about that a little more later. But they work absolutely great. So that's it for now. In the next video, we'll talk specifically about how you can use the TrigIt in a recording situation. Alright, see you next time.